logo.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go, like that. It'll roll. Just let it roll.
Okay.
Now back it up to you.
Yeah.
Where's the basketball?
In the box.
Well, we wasn't sure how much room we'd have, so we
I
didn't
think
put.
what we're going to do,
Looks like a little fern frond.
there's a tray, there's also a little, yeah, this ball was just signed by Shaquille O'Neal. Oh yeah, we didn't make it.
Huh?
Really?
Potato bombs are good.
So you got the you got the college
Test
baseball
1 2.
set up, right?
Test. Test.
Softball.
Softball.
I didn't do the baseball.
Okay, let me do that then real quick.
I did some NBA. I did a little bit of NBA, the Hall of Fame, and upset alert for the playoffs. I did the guy that was horse suspended from the horse thing. I did Pujols.
What about Pujols?
He got released from the Angels and now he's with the Dodgers.
Oh, did he go to the Dodgers?
Yeah.
And my stupid picture for the Braves breaking his freaking hand.
Yeah, I saw that. I got that on there. And then now the Braves are 19 and 22 because they lost last night.
That's basketball. Where is NCAA? Oh, there's baseball.
Braves are 19 and 22. They gave up one. They had the guy. If I heard it right, they had a guy in scoring position. And two. Two guys.
It's going to blow off there. There's no reason to put it up there, dude. Just take it off. Set it on the table in front by these others. You need something there too. Put it right here in front. There you go. Look, right, just let it go. It'll go. What I was saying was that when for example, if I call.
I don't see the back. I see.
Piece of coffee.
Why? It's supposed to be 6:35. Not really, because can't find nothing on the baseball. But we'll go. Hey, welcome Facebook fans to the Armchair Sports Show. We are live at JoJo's Potato and Mac Shack at 1650 Baytree Road. If you don't know where it's at, just come right there to the front of Valdosta Cinemas, turn around, and you'll see us on the back patio. Their phone number is 229-262-1078. Y'all come out and say hey to Mr. Robert and Miss Debbie. We're actually going to have some food out here in a little bit for y'all to see if you haven't been here. Also today, Big Raj couldn't make it, so we just asked somebody walking down the street to come in, and his name just happened to...
Wait a minute.
Well,
wait a
you
minute.
was rolling down the
No,
street. You wasn't walking.
Well, I was rolling down the
but-
street.
Yeah, I'm rolling
But
when
you
I'm
did
walking,
not
too.
just ask somebody out the street. You asked
Well, that's
Mr.
what Roger
Wildcat to
told me.
come in.
No,
there.
Roger said we just found somebody walking down the
You
street
asked
to come
Mr.
in.
Wildcat himself
No,
to come.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Roger may have.
Well, with
But
that being
anyway,
said,
yeah. With that being said, it looks like some food may possibly be here.
food is my number one topic.
Again, like I said, this is JoJo's Potato and Mac Shack on Bemis, Baytree Road. I live on Bemis, folks. So, what we got here?
Got the Philly cheesesteak potato,
Philly cheesesteak potato, so y'all can take a
peppers,
look.
onions, and provolone cheese, and we've got the bacon and cheddar.
And this is
Bacon
what
and
now?
cheddar.
That is the bacon and cheddar. It's exactly what it says. It's primarily bacon and cheddar.
Well, we will be sure to do something with these in just a little while, folks.
Guaranteed.
Okay, let's go on with the show. Where are we at? Let's go with
Well,
right off the.
you got
we just lost some sound.
you got. Oh,
Give us just a second, folks. Okay, now we're back.
can you hear me?
All right, yep,
Yep.
we good
Okay.
now. All right, let's start off with a little bit of local baseball.
Yeah, your Lowndes Vikings went to the Final Four.
We
yesterday.
did. We had to go to Parkview and play them. It was a doubleheader yesterday, and unfortunately, we run into a buzzsaw up there in Parkview. Let's just say we lost both games. The boys give it all they had. Still a great year, though, making it to the semifinals. There's a lot of teams that wish they had got that far. That's in baseball. In wrestling, they had the state championships this week, and we had 5 players or 5 wrestlers place. Hunter McCullough was a state champ in Greco-Roman and freestyle. Dominique DiTomaso, I think is how you pronounce it. But he was the Greco-Roman state champ and a freestyle runner-up. We have Canyon Webb, who is 4th in the freestyle. Ian Stevens was 4th in the Greco-Roman, and Andrew Thigpen placed 4th in Greco-Roman also, which qualifies them the opportunity to compete with the Team Georgia in the Cadet and Junior Nationals in Fargo, North Dakota in July.
Congrats to those young men.
I didn't wrestle.
Me neither.
Nah, it was just football. But congrats, young men, and have fun in Fargo.
Yeah. And while we're talking about high school sports, let me get a big shout out to my Wildcat baseball team. Made it to the Elite Eight.
Yep. Man, they run into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, ran into a buzzsaw, but against
it
Lassiter.
happens sometimes.
But congrats to those guys, Coach Porter and the gang, and best luck to them in the coming and next year.
Yep. Well, in track, Lowndes High's Tydreek Thomas was a state champ in the 100 meters with a time of 10.65. Folks, if y'all don't know, that's fast. That is the equivalent of just a little over a football field. 300 yards. And to do it in 10.65.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Glad to have him on the football team.
Some of y'all have asked about football season tickets and when they're going to go on sale. I don't know about Valdosta's. Lowndes is fixing to be available. There's going to be 6 regular season games and 1 preseason game, and tickets are $65.
Not sure about
Per
ours
seat.
either, but I think it's getting close.
It should be close. Most of them do it in June. So let's move on to our Braves. What is going on with them?
Well, before last night, they were 19-21, and then they fell short again last night.
3-1. And, of course, our pitcher who got mad because he got removed from the game.
And punched the bench. And broke his
Oscar
hand.
Noah is how you pronounce it, I believe it is.
That's on you,
anyway,
buddy.
he's out for a couple of months. He got mad, punched a bench or a wall with his hand and broke it. So,
But your leaders are Acuna with a batting average of 300, 12 home runs, Freeman with 27 RBIs, and your on-base percentage is 405 with Austin Riley. Those are your team leaders.
And did you watch Pilar take the hit to the face last night?
No, I missed that one.
No, I was out too.
I missed it.
But they
I
said
did.
he is fine, folks.
Well,
He'll be back in just a little while.
I'm glad he's good, but they said that they had a couple of guys on base, to try to come back, and the other guys, the last 2 batters, kind of blew it.
Well, they had enough to beat us. So, and you had some news with Albert Pujols?
Yeah, he was released by the Angels not too long ago, and the Dodgers picked him up.
Like they need more help.
Hey,
They're a beast this year
seems
anyway.
to be like the best teams money can buy. It used to be the Patriots, then it was the Yankees,
Well, it's
Now it seems
always the Yankees have pretty much always been.
Seems to be the Dodgers now.
Yeah.
And you got the NCAA softball. The Lady Gators and the Lady Tide played for the conference championship Saturday, and my Gators, Lady Gators, they fell short, 4-0.
Now, also, Clemson is there, and they have Miss May from Lowndes High.
Congrats to her.
And they will be there also, so we will be pulling for Clemson.
And you got the NBA Hall of Fame that was this past weekend, and plus you got the playoffs that are about to start or either have started.
They're fixing to start. We're fixing to pull it up
Your
right
Hall of
here
Fame
real quick.
included Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Tamika Catchings from the WNBA.
Well, I was going to say I don't remember hearing the Tamika in the NBA.
No, she was part of the WNBA, and she had a
Okay.
pretty cool story.
Well, what's the story?
She had a speech impediment and some other things growing up, and went on to like basketball and excelled in it, and then went on a great career, NBA or WNBA, and now she's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, while we are talking about stories, we have one also from Valdosta's own Malcolm Mitchell, and he is having wants your kids in his virtual training camp for summer reading, and you can register at readwithmalcolm.com read camp. And that's for kids, students, teams, classes, whole schools, YMCA groups, boys and girls clubs, youth or church groups. Any kid or group is encouraged to read with Malcolm this summer. Don't miss it. And again, we will be able, Chris, we going to be able to put that on our website? The Read with Malcolm. Okay. All right. It'll be on the website for you. Knowing Malcolm, there's probably not a charge for that.
I would probably
I
guess the
don't
same.
think that's what he's all about.
If there's a finer young man than Malcolm Mitchell, I'd like to meet him.
Well, even coming from a Viking, I don't think you're going to find too many.
He's a heck of an athlete all the way, Super Bowl champ, and now he's doing or has been doing this reading program for the kids to make sure the kids.
And has several books.
Yes, great opportunity for these youngsters out there.
Now, is he back here in Valdosta, or where is
That
he?
I'm not sure of.
Okay, all right. Well, it's been more than just this here. He's also got several children's books, and he really cares. He's not in it for the money.
But your teams to look out for upset alert as the NBA playoffs get started. I pulled this off the internet. Your Heat are expected to beat the Bucks. Your Portland Trailblazers expected to beat Denver. And then Golden State over Utah in the first round.
It don't matter. They're going to have to all go through the buzzsaw that is the Atlanta Hawks. Period. Big Raj don't like them, but he says the Nets is going to win it all. I don't think so.
The Hawks would make Atlanta history if they could actually pull it off.
They're making history just by being in the playoffs, probably.
No. Falcons did that being in the Super Bowl.
No, we can usually make it. We just don't use nothing that we don't do
blow
anything
it.
else with it. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Then you got your horse, your Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit. His owner, Bob Baffert.
Have they ever made a decision on whether
I think they're still investigating it, but he's been banned, for right now.
from
while
the Belmont?
While they investigate, because his horse, Medina Spirit, had an excessive amount of testosterone or.
Because allegedly what he said, if I remember right, was the trainer had to use the restroom in the corner on some hay, and the horse must have ate the hay, if I recall right.
What an excuse! But anyway, his horse was found with excessive amount of betamethasone.
Meth?
Betamethasone.
Just meth. That's all anybody knows.
So
Meth.
we shall see what comes of that.
All right, let's move on. What else you want to talk about? What you got? You got any updates on any other than the baseball? Is there anything else going on with Valdosta?
Nothing
Nothing.
that I know of. We had our spring game this past Saturday.
Okay.
up in Jones County.
Yeah.
And you had Sam Brown was your leading quarterback, starting quarterback. He finished 12 of 14, 214 yards, and accounted for 4 touchdowns.
Did
Michael
the one,
Mike
I was gonna
Miller
say
did
the
not.
one that come back? Is
Mike
that
Miller did not play. Coach Felton was on another show yesterday and said that they held him out of spring. No explanation, if you will.
Okay.
Just said that they held him out of spring. I guess he needs to, continue to learn. He was out last year, up in Douglas County. So he needs more reps and learning the system and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
get him back in.
Who was your standouts?
Well, besides Sam Brown, you had your running back was by committee. Coach Felton said that's one thing that he likes is a running back got by committee, wide receiver by committee. He doesn't want one guy to stand out, one guy to be the target.
Yeah.
For the opposing defense. He wants them to be bothered by all of them.
So do y'all have returning running backs? Who's your returning running
We've
back?
got let me look at my list here. Ahmad Denson, Chris Wolf, and another Williams. Guy's last name is Williams. Forget his first name. I apologize for that. But we had got a sophomore, upcoming rising sophomore running back. Watch out for this guy. They call him Little Bus or Meatball.
Little Bus or Meatball?
His name is Demetrius Williams. I saw a video, Mr. Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video of him in the weight room squatting 455 pounds. You ain't going to bring him down just by arm tackling. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
It's going to be an interesting season.
And then our wide receiver core led by Willie Allman, Jalen Whitehead, and Kalon Johnson.
Any defensive standouts?
I didn't write any of them down. I didn't
Okay.
get to make the game, but I went back and watched it, and the final score was 42-27. Coach Felton said him and Mike Chastain, the former coach at One Robbins, who's now the head coach at Jones County.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Chastain likes to kind of mix it up. You know how most scrimmages you'll see the first 3 varsity, and the last one you'll see the freshmen.
Yeah.
He kind of likes to mix it up a little bit in each quarter and have your varsity and your freshmen in each quarter, kind of mixing it up a little bit.
But, when you mix it up, I think especially during the season when you throw your second team tackle in there with a starting line, it helps him.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's what Coach Hyder used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Hyder would throw a sophomore in there with a starting senior offensive lineman and would do it all the time. Well, by the time that sophomore was a senior, he had playing experience. And that's one reason it was always tough to play Valdosta, because they did reload.
Yeah, depth.
So
Depth and
Coach
experience.
O'Brien kept it going too.
Yeah, depth and experience. By the time they get to be sophomores, they've already learned the system, and like you said, they play as freshmen on the varsity side, so they know what they're doing when they get to be juniors and seniors.
Anything else going on with Valdosta?
Well, there seems to be a rumor or insinuation that there may be another vote next week.
There may be another vote.
Yeah, I haven't gotten confirmation on that, but
Well, they did.
they were supposed to have one.
Supposed to have one last
tonight
night.
or last night. No, tonight wasn't it?
No, it was Monday night.
I think it was.
understood.
Oh well, either way, last night
or
but
tonight, but it was
canceled. And now,
Do you know why it was canceled?
I'm hearing that some board members couldn't make the meeting.
Okay.
But I'm hearing that there could be another meeting next week.
And that's what we have heard as well, is next week at the regular scheduled board meeting, it will be brought back up. Now, the question has been asked, can they do it? Some have said Dr. Kaysen has to bring it up. But doesn't the board just have to approach it? Do they need Dr. Kaysen's permission?
I don't know all the legalities, but I've heard the same thing you just said, that Dr. Kaysen has to bring it up as a motion, and then they have to vote on it.
And I'm coming from a Viking.
But if he doesn't bring it up, I think
Well,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's
say
a non- I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
say
a
coming
non-issue.
from a Viking, you let go of a coach 2 years ago. and amidst controversy, but no legal controversy. You didn't have players suspended. You didn't have a fine. You didn't have the school not being able to play in the playoffs. You let him go. No reason was ever given. Am I correct?
Yeah, not to my knowledge. Not
Okay.
yet.
And then it was brought back up again, 2 to 3 weeks later, to do another
about
revote.
like that, and then same vote.
And he lost by the same margin. And you go get Coach Probst, who X's and O's, great.
But he brings
probably
some,
one of the best there is.
But he brings some off the field issues with him.
Exactly. And okay, you brought him in. Y'all went 7-5, I believe.
Yeah, 7-5,
including the playoffs. Then it has been brought allegedly that he was recruiting players, and bringing them in, paying funny money. We all know about that. Dr. Kaysen says, no, I don't think we need to renew the contract, and I believe he had the blessing of the school principal.
I don't know. I don't know about
but
that.
either way,
either way, he brought the recommendation before the board.
Yeah,
not
and
to be
and they
renewed,
ignored him again.
And they said 5-3. They voted 5-3, not to bring him back.
Not to renew his contract.
But now they want to bring it back and say.
Well, they went before the final appeal and lost. So
then second appeal and lost.
Yeah. So now some of them want to bring him back. Some of the Board of Education members want to bring him back.
I've heard a theory that the reason that they voted him out, I've heard a theory that the reason that they didn't renew his contract was maybe to get the penalties lessened.
Okay, so was you going to get the penalties lessened and then say, you know what, we're going to hire him back still? And I know you don't know.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I mean, there's just so much going on with that situation right there.
You've heard everything under the sun.
It's going to be interesting. I just can't see how you bring a man back that has you in trouble with the state.
I've said this on other platforms.
Yeah.
That if you bring him back and the kids still have to be out.
How can you bring him back?
Why do the kids still get punished, but he gets to retain his job? When it was his conversation.
I agree. It's no different.
It's his conversation that led to them being suspended.
It's no different than in college not play. Or even if he doesn't. I don't agree with the coach saying, hey, come on. And then signing day, I signed, and the next day you resign to go to Florida. Mm-hmm. I think the kids ought to be. Of course, now they just got the transfer portal, which pretty much makes it legal. Is that mine, Chris, making that noise? Can you hear that?
Can you hear what?
Okay.
But
anyway,
I guess we'll see next week.
We got somebody else trying to chime in over here. Sounds like Big Raj.
I think I heard something.
Yeah. What's up,
hey,
guys?
Big
you
Raj,
decided to make an appearance.
As they say, you can't hide.
Yeah,
you can't hide money. You out there traveling the world. I see.
He's got money.
You know what? I'm using your money, guys. That's your money.
you must be in the parking lot then if you using my money, cause.
Or you're at home if you're using mine.
All right, look, guys. Y'all were talking about this probes thing. Is what I was watching, and my biggest problem, and you guys won't come out and say it, so I will. This is the stupidest thing that's going on right now. Look, either let the man be there or take him away. I completely agree with both of y'all on the kids are going to get punished. The kids have been punished. There's no taking that back. So if you put this man in and them kids get punished and he gets nothing and they just move right on, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. And this is my view. This is not your view. This is not either one of y'all. So this is my view. So I want people to blame me for this. Okay? My view, I think they're trying to save face because they've got the that lawsuit that they got out there that's about
Coach Rodemaker.
Discrimination. Yeah, and it's a discrimination lawsuit. So what happens? Let's let what they want to do is they want to keep the white guy in position so they don't have to pay on the lawsuit. So my question right there is, What's going on? Where's the shenanigans? Where's things that are happening? I don't understand it. I don't understand why they keep trying to bring him back. This is my opinion and my opinion only. Okay.
Well, the thing is, they don't
And
have to
California.
explain to us. That's the whole thing. They do not have to explain
Same thing
to
they
the
did
citizens.
last year. They did not have
Just
to
like with
explain.
Rodemaker, they did not explain to him what it was.
Everybody wanted an explanation, but because of the state we're in and the rules are, they can fire somebody or not renew, however you want to put it, and not give a reason why.
Exactly.
But my thing is okay, I said this, I think I said this on the thread comment section last week when y'all were on. Okay. The kids earlier this year thought they were set with Coach Probst. And then Coach Probst gets put on leave, and it's Coach Sutton is the interim coach.
Coach Sutton?
Coach Sean Sutton was the coach in place. But then he goes to take a job, and then he has to go leave for family reasons. So now they give it to Coach Felton as the acting coach, or whatever title. I think it's acting still.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a possibility that Coach Probst is brought back when the kids have gotten used to Coach Felton, his way of doing things, his group of coaches, and the way he's doing things. Now you might bring it back to Coach Probst. Now the kids have to get used to Coach Probst.
But why would
again.
you bring him back when he had you? He's cost you $7,500, and to me, really honestly, you're lucky at $7,500. You've got 4 kids that are not eligible to play, and you can't go to the playoffs. So why would you bring him back?
I don't know why, but my thing is about the kids. It goes back to the kids.
They keep saying it's about the kids, but
Well,
it's
for me,
not.
It is. To me, it is.
To the fans, it is.
You're rotating leadership. It was Rush, then it was Coach Sutton, but no fault of his own. He left. He went to take another job, and then he had to go take care of family.
Well,
Now-
he moved up. He went
Yes.
to a head coaching
And now
position,
it's
and you
Coach-
can't fault
now
him for
it's-
that.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's Coach Felton. Now it might be Coach Probst again. And then if there's, for some reason, the PSC steps in, because they're not done with their investigation that I know of. If they come in and say he can't be here anymore, now it's back to Coach Felton.
Yeah, there's so much instability.
We've got
Okay,
143 kids out there this past Saturday that played against Jones County that are in limbo as to who they're going to be playing for with the way the board's going, where the vote's going.
Hello.
Hey, Big Rod, you were
Hello?
saying something?
I got.
Where it's,
Yeah, my biggest problem here is the kids. Yeah, I completely agree with everything that y'all are saying. It's out of the kids' hands. Those 5 kids are gone. These other kids have to go out and do their job, and they have to go out and play football. And one thing we know about Valdosta football, they're resilient, and these kids are on top of it, and they're not going to let this stuff stand in
I
their
agree
way.
with that 100%.
My problem is you've got adults that are adults that are playing games with kids' lives, because emotionally, you take physical out of everything. These kids emotionally and their emotional aspects of what they're going through and not knowing who, not knowing where. I can remember when I played ball, and I knew I was going to go out there and get chewed up by Coach Felton. That's my coach when I was in high school. I knew I was going to do it, but you look forward to doing that all the time. But right now, the kids don't know.
Well, the thing is,
who's going to be. I tell you what.
Go ahead.
Jimmy, do this. Jimmy, do this. All right, you're a Lions fan. What you do is walk up to the fence at their practice at the beginning of the year and see if they'll let you on the field coach. That seems to be what they're letting everybody else do.
Well, the thing is, you have what you said. You have adults making decisions concerning kids, and they say it's for the kids' sake. Well, if it's for the kids' sake, let's move on. They seem to be from Wildcat fans that I know, including you and others, because we can be friends in this town and you just can't be Democrat and Republican, but that's a different subject. But the Wildcat fans that I know seem to be okay with not bringing him back. So let the kids get used to this Coach Felton and move away from Rush. It does. I just can't see how you can bring a man back
or
that
make
has
a
you in
decision
trouble.
one way, like you said, make a decision one way or the other. One week we're talking about it, the next week we're not.
All right, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm not going to say much anything else because I know there's other people that want to call. All you have to do is go in and click join this conversation just like I did. And Chris is being fabulous today. He's able to click in there. There's 3 or 4 people you want to get in. You can get in. So just look down there and find that little link, and you can join this conversation, and you can talk to these 2 nutheads. And guys, I appreciate what you're doing. Let me tell you something. Them taters, they look pretty good.
Yeah,
They are pretty
I
good.
can't wait to get into some of them a little bit.
Well, especially if they start. They was playing earlier today, folks. They was playing around with some more food up here, and they're thinking about putting it on the menu. And once they do, we would let you know. But they're pretty good too. And it is basically potato skins. And what was the other thing they were talking about? Calling
Potato bombs.
Potato bombs. Now I ain't gonna tell you who ate those, but there ain't no more up
I told
here.
you, food was an Olympic sport.
But
I win.
now, Chris, if everybody will go to our Facebook page and you look on there, it will say down at the bottom, join us. So if you click that button, you'll be able to. Now, Chris, are they calling in, or will it be like a Zoom conference? It's on Facebook Messenger. All right, so some of y'all do that.
The way I did it was live on Facebook.
All right, Big
Yeah, I
Raj.
know. I'm out of here, guys.
Safe travels, buddy.
All right, be safe.
All right, later. All right.
But yeah, if you would hit that and join in on the conversation. Glenn Morgan, I know some of y'all are watching, so hit us up, tell us what y'all think, and we will go from there. And I think right now the meeting is scheduled for, what is it, Tuesday?
Tuesday, I believe.
Where's it at?
I'm not sure about that part.
Okay, we'll find out and let
I
y'all
just heard
know
about
in
it
case some
yesterday.
of
I heard
y'all
about
want to
it
go.
yesterday.
And like I say, I don't know the political part on that of who brings it up. I always understood if the board brings it up, it does not have to be the school superintendent.
And if it's voted on and there's a tie, then the motion fails.
Yes. So from what we understand, he would be voted back in, and that's just not this show reporting it. It's several shows. So stay tuned. We will let you know as soon as we know something on it. Now,
what else is out there, Mr.
we will
Jimmy?
talk about our Atlanta Falcons, and you can talk about your Jaguars in a minute. I just want to say this. Let me find it, because the guy is so good, he's going to put us in the Super Bowl. There's just no other way.
You must be talking about my tight end, Kyle Pitts.
No, not Kyle Pitts. Let me find his name, because they
Man,
signed
y'all hit
him.
a gold mine, a home run when y'all drafted Kyle Pitts.
What?
I wanted my Jaguars to take him.
I did not want Pitts with a first-round pick. Because we got to have some defensive help.
Well, I understand that for you, but he deserved to be a first-round pick.
I'm not saying he's not a first-round
He
pick.
should've went-
I'm saying he shouldn't have been our first-round pick.
I was hoping that we could.
Of course, then again, some people think Matt Ryan is not a Hall of Famer neither.
Well, if you put if you don't take Matt Ryan to the Hall of Fame, then you can't take Phillip Rivers to the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Both of them
Big Raj.
both of them have outstanding career stats, but neither one of them have a title.
Well,
But Dan Marino
Dan Marino ain't got a title when he's in it.
Hall. Yep. So
There's several of them without it.
we shall see. But I have seen that on some other shows out there that said that reason Phillip Rivers won't get in is because he doesn't have a title.
Well, you can't do that
I agree.
because he does not play defense.
I agree.
That's all there is to it. The quarterbacks do not play defense. None of the offense. Well, they do when they throw an interception or a fumble, but there's no you can't blame a man that's up there.
Super Bowl should not be the top criteria. Just like, beating your rival. Like beating your rival should not be your beating your rival should not be one of your it should be a goal. I don't have a problem with beating your rival, but if your rival is not in your conference then that shouldn't be your ultimate goal.
No,
Your
you
ultimate
should
goal
want to
should
win
be
your
to
conference
You should
first.
win the conference and then a title.
Yeah. Well,
Trophies.
as we have seen in this town the last couple of years, it is more about beating your rival than it is your region
And neither
or
one of
state.
us, only one of us have a title recently.
Well,
My cats.
that's in the past, sort of like the Bulldogs.
No,
But-
that's way past.
We can go back 30 years. I cannot find it. The article has disappeared.
But how about Coach Urban Meyer with the Jaguars moving ETN to slot receiver?
And he'll be fine. I seen why he said he wanted to do it. He wanted to get him out there and get him some experience playing
You
receiver.
got to get your playmakers the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda like
and
Lowndes.
right now they need
Kind
some.
of like the Lowndes football team where Coach DeBose is moving Chase Belcher. Is that his name? Chase
hmm
Belcher?
He's
The
moved to running back, and we got a little
last-
sophomore. Now you said y'all got a sophomore. We got one too. His name's Smoke Fleming. Remember that
I
name?
heard his name.
Remember that name? Because when I first seen him, I thought, well, I mean, he's sturdy now, but is he fast? Well, Greg Reed wasn't fast. Greg was just fast enough to outrun everybody else, and that's the same as Smoke, because he busted through the line. I don't know how many yards he had, but I bet on 3 carries he had over 150 yards,
So
because
when
one of them was 80.
So when he gets past the line, all you see is smoke behind
Yeah,
him.
pretty much.
Pretty
That's gonna be all you see. So you remember that name, but
But yeah, last year
I still have they signed Tebow yet?
don't think so, but I think it's coming. I don't know what the holdup is.
I
but
know you want it. I know
yeah,
you want
I'd
it
love
to
to see him
happen.
back out there. I thought he should have got a shot to start with. Maybe if he
But was
changed,
it he
didn't
had a
get-
chance?
he didn't get a fair shot at quarterback.
Not at quarterback, but he did have a
But,
chance to go
yes.
as a fullback or tight end.
But back then he didn't want to change.
But he didn't want
wanted
to, so-
prove himself as
And
quarterback,
as I asked Roger last week, why now?
maybe tired of being hard headed. Maybe he wants to get that shot.
We'll see. I told you,
That's it.
I still think it's more of a ticket seller.
You just got the number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence, and then you got ETN that are just coming out of the league. That's your face of the franchise.
Tebow's your local boy that you
Tebow's
want to see do good, and you're going to
34.
buy tickets to do it.
Tebow's 34, 35 years old. He's not the face of your franchise. He's
He's not the face of your franchise, but you know there's going to be
as a
people.
running back. Or
There
tight
is going
end,
to
how
be
many
people
years does he
buying
have
tickets
left?
for that.
As a tight end, how many years does he have?
Well, he
left?
should have several because his body's fresh on that aspect.
So, but he won't be the face of your franchise.
No, he's not going to. I'm not saying he's going to be the face, but I'm
Trevor
saying
Lawrence is your face.
I'm saying that with Tebow there, you go with that fresh look and the hometown son.
I could see that, but I still think it's more.
And
of
you signing him, especially if you can get a pretty good deal, you're going to make your money back off ticket sales.
I agree with that. I just think it's more about giving him a shot.
Now, I'm not saying he can't. Whereas I think Roger thought last week I was saying he didn't deserve a shot. I'm not saying that, but why now is my thing.
Because he's got a coach that believes in him. The other coaches gave him a shot, but didn't trust his ability to keep going, and they gave up on him. I mean, he won a playoff game for
But I don't know that.
for Denver.
I know there's a fan fixing to get popped upside the head.
he won
but-
a playoff game for Denver, and what did they do? They cut him.
I'm being told we're having some difficulties. Okay. Anyways, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't think there's much. Are you going to take him from? Take it from a Pro Bowl tight end,
Repeat that.
or is he a Pro Bowl tight end? We've got a delay. What did you do? Y'all have messed us up. But are you saying? I'm not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowl tight. That's killing me. You got it. You got it now. There we go. We're back, folks.
Oh, the echo.
Oh my goodness, I was dying for a second there.
Echo was hurting
But
me.
is he a Pro Bowl tight end?
I don't think you can say that yet. I mean, he hasn't. I don't know that he's ever.
Are you
played
going
tight
to
end.
bump a veteran? I'm just asking.
I don't know if you.
I mean, because
has he ever played tight end? I think he did in high
other
school.
Other teams have offered to have him come in, but he didn't. So is it? Well, I'm just going to play for one guy and one guy only.
Who knows? But Urban seems to be the only one to give him a shot.
No, I think he could have had a shot anywhere.
Well,
If he wanted to.
at a position change, but back then he wanted to prove himself as a quarterback, and he
Well, we're
wasn't
not
given,
talking about then. We're talking about right now. Why?
because nobody wanted to give him a shot up till now. Right
Do
now,
we know that for sure?
Has anybody come out and said they would have traded
Well,
him?
he didn't announce that he wanted to come back as a tight end. I believe he could have got a shot at other
he's
places.
been given a shot now by the Jaguars.
And I agree
And
with
has
you.
anybody reached out and said, "Okay, we'll come take you"?
I agree with you in the aspect of in the past. No, was he a Hall of Fame quarterback? No. But you're the Denver Broncos. You're out of the playoff race. So you put him in there. He gets you in the playoff and wins 2 games, and you say,
Bye.
nah, that ain't what we want. Well, evidently it's not what you want.
You don't want to win.
And I think the main thing there was John Elway did not want him there because he was getting more popular than John Elway. And John Elway is not having that.
And his belief system, what he believes
Well,
in.
his belief system, and you
what
can
he
go
believes
back
in
and
was a problem for the NFL owners.
Yeah.
That he was a distraction, if you will.
yeah,
Which-
and they pretty much said that.
Anytime you're a distraction for the team.
So is that what made him say, you know what, I don't want this no more? You think?
Probably part of it, and then some of it was like, well, I can't be
Batting 200 in minor league ball.
I can't be a quarterback. They won't let me be a quarterback, so I'm going to go try my hand at baseball. And I think he was close to signing, getting on with the team this year, with the Mets had he stayed, but then he decided to retire. Maybe try to go get another shot in football.
Well, let's look at the Jaguar schedule real quick. Or better yet, let's run to Atlanta real quick, and we'll, as Roger says, we'll circle back. You tell me what you think. First game of the year, well, that's preseason games. First game of the year, September 12th versus Philadelphia.
Atlanta and the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
a loss.
You think so?
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I think with us, they have they don't have a quarterback. They got Jalen Hurts, but it's going to be his first year starting. I look at Jalen Hurts versus Matt Ryan, and I give the edge to Matt Ryan.
Other factors, too.
Huh?
Other factors in there, too, not just the quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I just think Matt Ryan wins that one.
We'll have to wait and see.
Then we go to Tampa Bay. We ain't going to discuss that one because
Lots of
we know
loss.
what's going to happen there. New York Giants,
A win.
and we're at New York.
Y'all win that one.
Well, because of Daniel Jones. And that's what I'm going back, looking
they're
at quarterback to quarterback. That's what I'm looking
They're
at.
dysfunctional in New York right now. And they're trying to find their identity.
Then we go, if this thing will quit moving, we go to Washington football team comes to us.
Y'all can win that one.
Well, we should. That one, I don't even know if they know who is their quarterback. Yeah, well, there we go. I mean, can we even name a player from the Washington football team right now?
Not that I know of.
I don't know of any either. We turn around the next week and play the New York Jets. I'm going to give us a win on that one.
That one. They're another dysfunctional team.
Then we go to the Miami Dolphins with Tua.
I'm going to give you a win on that one.
And that's what I'm thinking too, because he's still young,
And
he's still
they're
they still
trying to find their
developing talent
identity as well.
around him. So I'd say this year Atlanta should take that one. Then we turn around and go. Nope, Carolina comes to us. I say we take Carolina.
I'm going to take Carolina in that one.
Why? Just curious.
Just the other parts. Just
Other parts.
The other parts, not just the quarterback position, but the other parts. I think they can get you in that one.
I don't have faith in their quarterbacks. Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold had not came from USC and was playing at Georgia Tech, nobody would have even drafted him. but that USC name will get a quarterback drafted, no matter how bad they are.
Yeah.
Turn around the next week, New Orleans.
Well,
At
that's an iffy one right
and
now.
that's going to be very iffy because
they
they don't
Drew
even
Brees-
know who their quarterback
If
is.
Drew Brees had come back, I would say lose that one.
I think right now is who their top quarterback right now is going to be Jameis, and then I think Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
And I like Jameis. But
Well, you would. You're a Florida State guy.
Well, yeah. So I got to back my players like you back yours. But I just don't think they're ready. I think they're still rebuilding, just like we are. But I think we're a little bit further ahead. But then again, they do have Sean Payton.
But y'all been rebuilding for a while.
Well, we've been rebuilding since, I think, 65.
Since Togo retired?
Well, we'd be rebuilding when we got him, too. Dallas. And Dallas, we are going to Dallas. I give us an edge on Dallas.
I'll take Dallas.
New England.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Well,
we know what's going to happen there.
They
got Cam, Jared Stidham. They signed a new quarterback
I'll give it
today.
to New England because you said it's at New England.
It's at New England.
I'll give it to New England for the home field advantage, but they don't know who.
No.
is.
New England's coming to Atlanta. I might have to go to that game.
Well, they might know their identity by then, and Cam might have a better season this year.
But okay, here we go. November 28th. November 28th. We play at Jacksonville.
Taking my Jaguars.
So now, me and Big Raj is gonna load up, and we going. He said we going to that game. You going with us?
I check my calendar, but I'll try.
No. Where's your wife? Let me ask her now. Can you come out and play that day? Where's she at? Is she here still?
I would love to go to that game.
What don't you going? We're going to ask your wife. Can you come out and play that
and the
day?
Birds.
Yep. Now I'm going with who y'all got on defense now? Okay, I'm going with Atlanta.
Ngakoue.
If you had to pause and think about it, I got to go with Atlanta. Jacksonville, then we go to Tampa Bay, or Tampa Bay comes to us. That's going to be a loss. Carolina will be up there. That one might be iffy because by then they should know who their quarterback's going to be.
Y'all might finish right at 500.
No, I'm going 10-7 because we got San Francisco, who's having an identity crisis. Detroit is Detroit.
There's a lot of teams.
It's Detroit.
Yeah.
Buffalo, who's my wife's team, and we go to Buffalo. That will be January 2nd. So
Buffalo gets
chances are there's going to be snow.
Buffalo gets
so I'm going to give Buffalo the edge, darn it. And we finished the year up with New Orleans, which, again, who knows where they're going to be. So let's go to your Jacksonville Jaguars schedule. Let's see here. Jacksonville schedule. And you start the season off. Y'all are only playing one preseason game, evidently. You start off with Houston. That's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'll take
at
Jacksonville.
Houston. Because you don't even know who the quarterback's going to be. Denver at home.
I'll take Jacksonville.
Arizona
I'll
at home.
give it to Arizona.
Cincinnati.
Jacksonville.
This thing done moved again on my schedule. Let's go back. Come on. Okay, where was we at? Arizona. Then you play Cincinnati in Cincinnati.
If Joe Burrow is there and he's healthy, it'll be a good game. But I'll still take Jacksonville.
I'll take Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. Tennessee. I'm going with, you're playing in Jacksonville. I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll take Tennessee.
It's going to be hard to beat the Bruiser at running back.
They're a thorn in our side.
Then you turn around the next week, you have Miami, October 17th. And that game will be on CBS at 9:30 in the morning.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville over Miami. That ought to be a good one, though.
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Okay. Seattle. At Seattle.
Seattle.
Buffalo at home. I believe I'm having to take my wife to that game. That or the girlfriend.
I'll do Buffalo. I'll take Buffalo.
Indianapolis.
I'll take Jacksonville.
At Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville by then.
Okay. San Francisco in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
We went over the Atlanta one. After Atlanta throttles y'all get to recuperate against the Rams.
Ooh, that's a rough game.
And that's going to be in L.A. Roger may be in L.A. You can go by and meet up with Big Rog, and y'all can go to a game.
They swapped quarterbacks, though. They got Stafford now.
Yeah. So
just
y'all.
I'll take Jacksonville.
Okay. All right. Then you play Tennessee again at Tennessee.
Maybe I think we'll get them that time. I'll give us that one. We'll get them.
Then the week before Christmas, you got Houston.
I'll take Jacksonville
at home. Then the day after Christmas, you have the Jets, and I'm gonna go with y'all on the Jets.
Jacksonville.
New England. I'm going New England because you're going up there.
Yeah, probably.
And it's gonna be January 2nd.
I'll take probably New England.
So probably snow on the ground, and then you wind up the year with Indianapolis at home.
I'll take us in that one.
Who is Indianapolis' quarterback now? Do we even know?
Phillip Rivers was, but he just retired. So don't they have the guy that played at Florida and then went to NC State?
I don't even see the roster on here.
Can't think of his name,
but anyways, I say as much as it pains me to say it, because Atlanta will be playing so many first-year coaches and young quarterbacks. I give Atlanta 10-7.
I say we'll be just a little bit over 500.
Okay.
9-7.
9 and 8 because there's 17 games now.
Yeah.
So you can go 9 and 8.
I'll take 9 and 8.
That is gonna mess a lot of teams up this year, going with 9 and 8 because you won't have no more 8 and 8.
I forgot we had gone up a game.
Okay, what is your Gators doing now?
Playing softball, and we might be playing baseball, but I'm not sure.
What about your football?
We just finished spring practice. Didn't have a spring game because I think the swamp was used for testing site, so we didn't have a spring game this year. But we're getting ready for next year. We got Emory Jones, and Richardson, Anthony Richardson, his quarterbacks. We got some holes to fill. You lose Kyle Pitts. You lose Kyle Trask. You lose.
I was going to say Felipe, but he was in Arkansas last year anyway.
The other wide receiver.
I ain't sure you lost much when he left.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on Felipe. Maybe it could have been all the coaching changes we went through, but I just wasn't sold on him.
How much longer do you think he's going to be there coaching? You think he has several years left, or do you think he leaves, or he leaves on his own?
I think he'll leave on his own, but I think he'll be there a while. He
Well,
almost left this past off season, but
to where?
or he flirted this. I think he flirted a little bit with chance of going to the NFL. Or there was a
he's not ready for NFL.
There was a thought that he was going to go, but then he said, "No, I'm not leaving."
He's not ready for NFL. I just don't see it. We start off, let's see, first game of the year, if I remember right, is what, Alabama and Clemson?
Yeah, and Clemson, states up there just announced that they're going to go to full capacity in their stadiums, indoor and outdoor. So the Georgia-Clemson game will be at full capacity.
And it's right around the corner.
And the Swamp just announced, Florida just announced that they'll be at full capacity. Mask will be optional. But
100% capacity?
That's what they said a couple days ago.
Now
Mask
at Cleveland,
optional.
now at Cleveland Field, are y'all still 100%?
As far as I know.
Okay, all right, because I know Lowndes is.
Yeah, as far as I know.
And the ticket situation this year is going to go back to the old way.
Yeah.
So if you had tickets in 19 and you didn't in 20 because you didn't feel comfortable going, and last year somebody was able to get your tickets, but this year it's going back to you if you decide to go, which I'm so glad they did that.
Well,
because the fear was, and I think the fear with y'all was also that
if I don't go, I lose my
tickets. So I
well,
think
we always give a span of time for those that have regular season tickets to get theirs,
to get them,
and then if they don't,
then it goes.
Then it goes.
Okay, because I know Moultrie, the Packers did. You could buy your season tickets, and if the game was just canceled, it was just canceled. Or if you didn't want to buy them yet, you could go Monday, Tuesday, and I believe it was Wednesday, and buy them seats. And if you didn't get them by Thursday, then it was available to whoever.
I know this isn't sports related, but I've heard from a local teacher in the area that said that everything was going back to normal next year as far as school related. So I'm sure sports will be. I would say sports will be the same if school's going to go back to normal as far as
what normal is now.
Yeah. Back to where it used to be, then I would guess sports would too. And if college is doing it, I don't see why high school's not doing it.
And they may, but I can also see there's going to be problems. And somebody's going to say something and not like it.
And the pros have said they encourage their players, their personnel, to get the vaccine, but they're not forcing you to do it. They're encouraging you to do it, but not forcing you to do it.
Now, your Georgia Bulldogs, what is going on with it? Come on, man.
Is it okay to say leg humpers on the air?
Well, I guess it's too late now. They ain't listening, so you can say what you want.
A friend of mine, if he's listening out there, Ralph, that's what he used to call him, or still does.
What do you think? Will they be pretenders or contenders?
They're not there yet.
Why not?
There's still.
I think the quarterback situation.
There's still some pieces missing. I don't know what that piece is, but there's still some pieces missing. Yeah. And
so
I'm not.
Top 10.
I'm not sold that Kirby's going to be able to get y'all there.
They know y'all.
Well, the fan base. I'm not sure that he can get them there.
And I agree with you. I mean, he's got as much talent as Alabama does. But where's it at?
And something's always off. And
they always lose. Like Mark Richt, he always lost that one game he shouldn't have that hurt you. But we'll see. I mean, that they have as much talent as anybody else. I think I'm supposed to be a mind reader. As we said earlier, folks, we are at JoJo's Potato and Mac Shack.
Food is off the chain.
We want y'all to come on out. Let me tell you what all they have here real quick. I had the menu pulled up and it's disappeared on me.
Loaded baked potatoes, any kind.
Here we go. We have, as far as taters, we have the chili tater, which is chili, cheddar, cheese sauce, sour cream, butter, and green onions. We have a bacon and cheddar tater, which has bacon, cheddar, cheese sauce, sour cream, butter, and green onions. We have a mac and cheese, which is just going to tell you exactly what it is, except it does have ham and bacon. A loaded sweet tater, which is what I may have to get. Honey butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, mini marshmallows, and candied pecans. And it's not pecans, it's pecans.
Off the chain.
What? Wait, whoa.
Off the chain.
What? Well, when you reading off the other half, I'm going to have some of mine. Broccoli and cheese tater. We got a Philly cheesesteak tater, which is this one, which I'm gonna slide it over here by me because somebody else is already sampling.
You can have that one.
We have a barbecue tater also. It's got barbecue, cheddar, cheese sauce, sour cream, and onions, and a taco tater. And some people are looking at me like I'm supposed to be eating a taco tater, but No. You had yours. Now, if you don't like any of them, you can build your own meal also. You can go with a 1 1/4 pound potato, a sweet potato, or mac and cheese. You also got nachos, tater tots, French fries, onion rings, and you can pick your protein with that. And your protein choices are ham, steak, barbecue, bacon, and chili. And then you can put your own toppings on there, as many as you want, or just one, or none. You got your choice of green onions, butter, jalapenos, red and green peppers, sour cream, salsa, brown sugar and cinnamon.
So come on out
cheddar
and get
cheese
yours
sauce.
and try it.
There's so much stuff, folks, y'all can get. Come on out. Like I said, it is at
If you miss out, it's
1650 Baytree Road here in Valdosta. The phone number is 229-262-1078. If you don't know where it's at, just drive down till you see the Valdosta Cinemas. Walk up on the back patio, go inside and pick you out some food. We will be here from now on Tuesdays. Show will start at 6:30. And Thursdays we will be at Mama June's. That show also starts at 6:30. We ask that you come out, get you some food. Let the folks know that you're here.
And support
Just
one of our
just
great
tell them,
local
hey, look,
restaurants.
we're here to mess with Roger and them. We do have seats around us, so y'all can come watch the show, even participate in it. If you can't make it out, please look at the Facebook page and all that, and there's a button there that you can hit, and we can put you on with us if you got something to say. Some of my friends, like Glenn Morgan, has disappointed me tonight because he has not called. And in addition to that, I do want to give a shout-out to my nephew. His name is Momo, and he's down in Hawaii. Now, don't ask me where. All I can tell you is Hawaii on the Big Island. But Momo, happy birthday, buddy. What you got?
I was going to say, just come out and enjoy our local restaurants, Mama June's, and here at JoJo's Potato and Mac Shack, and enjoy the show.
And we want to
love to have you.
Go ahead. And Chris has been working on our IT. He is our IT guy, and he has been doing a heck of a job. His name is Chris Hodgkiss. You can reach him here because he hasn't given me a number yet with his address or phone number or anything. I don't have that. Well, Chris can tell us. Go ahead, Chris.
You can find me on Facebook. And phone number's 412-3804.
And what all do you do?
Well, I mostly do websites. My business, Shadow Fox Design, and created their website for them. So go check it out at thearmchairsports.com and do some graphic design, things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, it is 7:30 and we have to get out of here. We hope you enjoyed the show. Come on out to Mama June's Thursday night, and we will see you then. I can't hear nothing you're saying, and I was like trying to read your lips, and I'm like, what the hell?